Hello my friends, we are back again with Monaghan Tooling Group and my buddy Scott. Today we're going to talk a little bit about reaming, but first, for those of you who don't know, Scott's going to tell us what is the art of reaming.
So reaming is, for lack of a better, explanation, it's producing a very precise hole with excellent size control, surface finish, very, very round, but basically we're taking say a drilled hole and we are just making it more precise with a reamer.
Okay, so why would I utilize a reamer instead of a drill, or is a reamer just in addition to a drill?
A reamer would be in addition to a drill. I mean, and in some cases, if it's a maybe a very precise, expensive component, the customer may even drill and then single point bore and then ream. I mean, a reamer is capable of holding microns. I mean, microns in size, microns in roundness, and very, very good surface finish qualities.
So Scott, tell me, now that we understand a little bit more about reaming, tell me what you have in your hand.
Okay, so this reamer, what makes it unique is it's well, first of all, it's a monoblock. It's a one-piece reamer. The next thing would be is it's an expandable reamer. Now it's not adjustable, it's expandable. And these reamers are meant to be expanded for wear compensation. So when they come in out of the box, they're ready to cut right to size. Normally, unless we, with the customer's input, decide to shoot at a different part of their tolerance field, they come in right at mean. So right in the middle of their tolerance is where these are ground, and that's where they cut when you start. As it wears, the expansion screw allows the customer to expand the reamer, get it back up into that middle of the tolerance, or maybe even above mean, to prolong tool life. It's all about getting the most holes out of this reamer.
That's very clever. And as it starts to dull off, how far can I stretch it or expand it before I need to replace it?
Well, it's pretty normal for these tools to be expanded 3, 4, maybe 5 times, and then eventually, like you mentioned, the surface finish, the wear on the blades, and the surface finish of the hole kind of gets to the point where it's out of tolerance. So the nice thing about that then is Diatool is very good at reconditioning these reamers to as good as new. So it's not something that you throw away. It's not something that we really don't like to regrind them. We can regrind them, but when we truly retip the reamer, put brand new blades on the reamer, it's as good as new. So your tool life will always be the same, no matter if it's new or if it's been retipped. And we do not put a limit on the number of retips. Some companies do. We'll retip it as long as the body is in good condition.
So Scott, when you say retipping, we're reusing the body of that tool and just adding new edges to an existing tool, correct?
Correct.
Now that makes sense. Obviously that's going to be a cost savings for a customer to know that for the lifetime of that body it'll be usable and they can just retip over and over again.
Yes, exactly.
And what specifically about this tool would you say is a real standout, why someone would want to get this specific tool?
Sure. Well, we make reamers for all metals, hard metals, soft metals, cast, aluminum, everything. We've got different, cutting materials. We have different coatings, different geometries. I don't want to say it's infinite, but the combination is pretty staggering. And what we do is we really make sure that we supply the best of all that for the application, for the material, for the machine. Is it high production, low production? We really kind of take all that in, talk to the customer, and come up with what's best for tool life, for cost per hole, for quality.
Lathes,
all those things.
Mills.
These we've got reamers running on lathes, where the reamer's stationary. Maybe it's in a floating holder, maybe it's not, but a lot of times that we do put them in a floating holder in a lathe. But milling is definitely the predominant application for these tools.
In any material?
Any material, any metal.
So Scott, this is obviously all about precision. So do you have additional adapters that go with these reamers to even create an even tighter tolerance for some machines?
We do. We have, Diatool manufactures a full line of compensation holders, Cat 40, Cat 50, BT 40, BT 50, HSK 6300, on and on and on. For a tool like this with a cylindrical shank, and these are all ground to an H6 tolerance, we have hydraulic, so the front of this spindle adapter or tool holder would have a hydraulic chuck on it. For some of our larger reamers, and we do go up to 225 millimeters in diameter, we would have more of a tool holder where you'd have your base unit is your Cat 50 or maybe HSK 100 or the other ones that I mentioned, and then you're going to have a flange mounted shank that bolts to that spindle adapter and gives you your run out adjustment with your screws, and then the tool. Like I said, this one's more of a hydraulic chuck. This one's more of a flange mount, and these tools are mainly modular in design. So you've got just like a reaming head, and this we're talking monoblocks now, but we could get into the bigger reamers, as well.
And at a curiosity, how
Sure.
big do they get?
They get up to 225 millimeters in diameter only.
Okay.
It's pretty big.
Well, Scott, thank you for sharing a little bit about that reamer. But let's
Okay.
talk a little bit more about this video and the company.
Sure. So what we're looking at here is the inside of Diatool Precision Tooling in Rheinfelden in Germany, and we are, so everybody's like, say, okay, what's Monaghan? We are their exclusive sales channel in the United States. We've been that since 2006, and it's been a great relationship. It's going to continue to be a fantastic relationship. And what they really do is they are truly reamer specialists. They don't manufacture anything else. They manufacture reamers. They repair reamers. It's what they do. It's in their DNA, and they're just fantastic to work with. Super deliveries, super high on-time performance, and the performance and their knowledge and expertise are just off the charts.
And how long have they been around?
They've been around for 35 years.
They probably know what they're doing by now.
They know what they're doing. Yeah. They were trained by some really pretty amazing reamer folks back in Switzerland in the day. Is how they really got their start. But yeah, there they are.
And so exclusive distributor here in the U.S.
Yes.
So if
So
you're
we're-
a Diatool, it's coming through you.
It's coming through us. And then we're I say distributor, master distributor. We are selling through our distributor network to cutting tool distributors, integrators, and things like that across the United States.
And a lot of what you guys do here at Monaghan Tooling Group, where somebody else might consider an application to be a special, you consider it to be your everyday process. You're here for the customer. You make sure that they're taken care of. When they have an unusual setup or program or tooling application that you can support them on, your lead time is typically short, and you can spend a lot of time listening to their concerns and then implementing a project that works specifically for them.
True. I mean, with our machining skills and knowledge that we have, and then you put on top of that all of the reaming knowledge that we've acquired over 14 years now, I mean, we can practically do it in our sleep. I mean, it's just normal for us. It's just how we do things. We look at, I mean, a special application, I mean, we just do specials. We don't sell commodity, products out of a catalog. We look at the application and study it and come up with the best solution.